Hello and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping and wholesaling houses in New York, and if you are already doing it, how to grow your business. This is the second time I tried this one. This morning it wasn't good. The Wi-Fi is not so great here. But the topic is, how do you train a virtual assistant, a VA? And everybody wants this secret sauce of how you test them and interview questions. How do you interview somebody? The truth is, it's not simple, and a lot of people that seem really good on the interview are not going to be good. The truth is that what's more important is that even after they start, how on top of them you are. A lot of people hire a VA and think they're doing the job, and then they're not really on top of them. And a lot of them are not going to do a great job to start. You have to work with them. Some people are great. I have a great team now, but I went through a bunch of people. So the real trick is to talk to them and get an idea. It really depends. If you're using them to communicate with clients in New York, you want them to not have such a strong accent and to sound like they're somewhat American. But whatever you're going to have them do, the key is to have them do that. So if you're going to have them call, send them a script, and have them call you with the script after a couple of days if they feel that they've gotten somewhat comfortable with it. So do that. If they're going to be doing research for you online, have them do a research project. If they're going to be emailing, then have them send an email to you, a bunch of emails to you, and have them do a task that's somewhat complicated and see how they react to it and see what they say. The truth is, most VAs, especially in the Philippines, are going to tell you yes to whatever you ask them. Can you do X, Y, and Z? They're going to say no problem. Some of them can and some of them can't. If someone says they can't, it's actually a good sign. That means they're more honest. But you want to stay on top of them. So if you're having them make calls for you, you want to make sure those calls are recorded and listen to those calls and then give them feedback, right? Don't expect them to be perfect right away. You won't be perfect right away. I wasn't perfect right away. You need feedback. You need to hear what you should be saying, what you shouldn't be saying, what to do in certain situations. If they're going to be doing research projects for you, then go through the research projects and give them feedback. It's very important to give them feedback. There's a great tool called Hubstaff, Hubstaff, which if you have somebody who's not on the phone, is very good to have them track their hours, and you can get screenshots and see what they're working on. So if they're doing other things, you'll know that too. But the most important thing with the VA in the initial interview is just to get a feel for whether they really can do what you want. And the way to do that is to send them sample tasks to do and have it a little complicated. In other words, take this, change. I mean, I used to, when I wanted people who were emailing, I wanted them to save something to a website and then change it to a bit.ly URL and then send it to a certain email with a certain subject line. And a lot of them didn't do it. And if they can't do that at that stage, they're probably not going to be able to do what you want later. So the real test is to have them do a sample task or several sample tasks and see how they do on it. If they don't do well on it, chances are you might want to move on to somebody else if they're simple enough. But don't expect them to make calls and be great. Don't expect them to be great at everything you're going to have them do without feedback. So I hope this was helpful. If you want to know how I can help you, you can go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're watching this, please click like. And if you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe. And please keep the comments coming. This was by request, so keep the requests coming for topics that you want me to handle. Thank you very, very much.